The Congress, the Senate, and the White House are in the process of passing a debt deal to end a crisis. The truth is, $3 trillion in budget cuts are a drop in the bucket. In 10 years from now, America will still have a $11 trillion deficit as of now. We need to cut spending here at home. There are several domestic programs that should be left up to the domestic departments that should be left up to the states as well as domestic programs. We should stop spending $113 billion yearly on illegal aliens. We should repeal President Obama's costly and illegal health care bill. Truth is, Congressman Paul Ryan proposed a plan to reduce our debt by $6.2 trillion over the next 10 years without raising taxes or cutting the defense budget. But Democrats in Congress, instead of working with Congressman Paul Ryan to work out their differences, decided to lie about the plan and mislead the American public and scare seniors and those most vulnerable. Democrats tend to do that best. But now, the two political parties have both shown a failure of leadership on this debt crisis. America defaulting was not a good option, but cutting our defense budget is worse. It's bad enough that President Obama and his congressional allies in Congress supported the START Treaty, which limits our missile defense while throwing our allies under the bus. It's bad enough that they haven't been tough enough on Iran and North Korea. And it's bad enough that they've ignored our ally Israel and have shown them have given them the cold shoulder. It's bad enough that Republicans move far to the left in opposing the United States mission to rid the world of a brutal dictator, Muammar Gaddafi, whose regime is murdering thousands of innocent people. It's bad enough these two parties did those things. Now they're cutting our defense budget. We face a war against radical Islamic terrorists. And this war requires us to remain on defense and offense. It's a war of strategy, a war of messages. And cutting our defense budget sends out the wrong message. In this global war on terror, we must prevail. There is no option. And the defense budget is the one thing that we must keep, not cut. We can look at every other program, put every other program on the table, every other agency, government on the table. But cutting the defense budget undermines our national security. But instead of doing what's right for the country, politicians in both parties play politics with our national security. That's dangerous. We should not forget the lessons of history, both recent history and history long ago. I think that this was a terrible deal because it cut the defense budget and it didn't go far enough in getting rid of waste and inefficiency in the federal government. This is a time of crisis, and our leaders play politics, both parties. There's not one party to blame. There's both parties. And I hope that in the future we repeal these cuts in the defense budget, that we go further in reducing our debt, and that we are bold and take strong action to reduce federal spending across the board.